Hello everybody, my name is Poronix. In this video, I am going to be showcasing 3 games you guys can play with your friends for a few hours of gameplay. If you guys do not have, if you're just bored tonight, we got 3 games right here. So the first game I will be showing you guys is Sumo Wrestling. Now this game is like Tori Bash. If you guys know how to play Tori Bash, that is a little bit more complicated than Sumo Wrestling, but fun nonetheless. So I'll be doing pros and cons for each of the games I will be talking about. And so sumo wrestling is like you're kind of drunk walking around a UFC ring fighting each other. And I believe you can have more than one other friend, but I only did it with one friend. I played all these games with one friend, but I know you can play the other 2 with more people. So it's definitely fun for a few hours, and there are a lot of workshop mods that can be brought in to play sumo wrestling. But in the base game by itself, there isn't a whole lot. You got 2 modes. You got like realism and then the goofy standard. Realism adds stamina and no dismemberment. And then you hit that mods, which are pretty cool. There's, sword fighting, quarterstaff, name a few, and then you got a bunch of maps you can add. It's definitely got some funny moments. It could last me and a buddy maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 if we start adding mods. But because of how the game controls, it can get a little frustrating at times locking in, because you can clinch and then you can't get out. And it does get a little frustrating. I was getting pretty heated when I was playing, but I was still having a blast. So don't let that discourage you any. It does just have 2 mods, or 2 base modes, unless you download mods. If you don't have a lot of storage, the mods aren't big, but it does get a little annoying, and you both have to download them, and it takes longer to load into the games. Now, I did not get to experience this besides just 1 versus 1. You might be able to add more people. I haven't experimented with that, as I said earlier, but I have seen like there are bots and you can have definitely more than one person in your game. AI, maybe other people. I might play it again, upload another video, and show you guys with the hecticness of more than one person and sumo wrestling too. Now there is a first game that I did not play. I might give it a try, but Sumo 2 or Drunken Wrestling 2 is definitely a free game that I recommend trying at least once. And that is, I don't think it was a gigabyte. It was definitely, it didn't take me long to download. Free on Steam. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, so the next game that me and my buddy played is a game called Grapplers Galore, also free on Steam. Not that big of a game. Now you got controls and such like like Attack on Titan. You're grappling around like Spider-Man. You're swinging from buildings, and you pick up weapons you find on the map, and you have to shoot your friends in a free-for-all or team deathmatch sort of setting. There is a limit to how low you can go on certain maps. You can grapple onto your buddies. There's only 6 weapons, so there's not a lot of variety. And some are definitely a lot stronger. Like the RPG will one-hit you if it hits you. Sword, machete, I think it's a machete, does like 2 hits, but you can swing pretty fast. The shotgun 2 hits. All the weapons except for the pistol will 2 hit. RPG 1 hit, and the pistol is like a 3 or 4 hit. It definitely could be with a group of friends. I could definitely see myself playing this for at least 2 hours, trying the different maps, testing, making rules, and just genuinely having fun. And then you have the maps are very small, but they're fast paced, so it's a trade-off. If you set like a limit to how many kills you need to win, it should be very easy to get, a few games in, and then you're just off for the night, and it's just a good, fun game to go to that you could play and experience with a group of friends when you have nothing else to play, or you're all just bored of the same games. I can't say how many times I've been bored of all the mainstream games and not been wanting to play them. But you can grapple onto each other. You use your left and right click to use your right click for the right arm grapple, left for the left click, or left click for the left arm grapple. And then when you acquire weapons and want to use them, you have to hit F. So that's a little weird. I didn't enjoy that, trying to move left and right, and then have to hit the F key to shoot. That was a little weird for me. But overall, the game was definitely, it could use a lot of work, but I could definitely enjoy it with more dedication and time if they put into it. But I had to give it at least a 5 out of 10. And now we're on to the worst game. That was definitely, it's free. You can play it 30 minutes tops. Any longer than that, it's very repetitive, very boring. But it is a free game you can play with your friends. It is called Pirate Fighting Simulator. And boy, was that was a game. It was definitely fun for the first 10 minutes, like a novelty fun. And then as you progress, there's no progression in any of these games except for sumo wrestling, but as like you progress through time and get more kills, it is definitely very repetitive. You get 3 guns. You get a sniper, a flintlock pistol, and a blunderbuss. And they do not do a lot of damage. And the enemies and yourself can heal while eating bananas. Now, bananas sometimes glitch. You find barrels on the map that can give you bananas, ammo, and a grenade, a firebomb grenade. And the bananas, I ended up glitching my bananas out a few times, and I would grab 5 bananas, and then I wouldn't be able to eat them. Awful. Trying to heal, you can't heal yourself, and then you die. Grenades are pretty okay. There's no real big explosion radius, so you actually have to just kind of hit them dead on. Might as well just use a gun. The maps are very small. Sometimes reloading wouldn't work when you got new ammo out of the ammo box. Just your guns wouldn't reload. You have to swap them 3 or 4 times just to get them to shoot. But the one pro is you can emote, and one of the emotes is twerking. So you can just be this big fat pirate twerking in front of like the ultimate teabag. You just twerk on your friends when you kill them. There's hardly any physics, so if you die in the air, you just die and float up in the air. It was definitely a novelty, fun gag game for 30 minutes at most. So I recommend playing that. Maybe if you have more friends. It was just me and one other with all the rest. Same friend for all the rest. And this was the least amount of fun for us in general. Like, we both, towards the end, hated it. We only played on one map, and that's all it took for us to not like it. But I still recommend it, just trying it. Making game modes, goofiness, all this. Any game should be worth trying once, in my opinion. Now, if you guys want to download these games, these are all on Steam. I will leave a link in the description.